Okay, well, they're getting a little better. What's going on, everybody? Republic Cinema here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Starscream. Now, first off, I just want to point out that I'm a little late on reviewing this guy. That's because at the time this figure came out, I did not think of getting any of the Gamer Edition up until Sideswipe decided to pop up. From what I've heard, this figure is somewhere around the same fun and enjoyability as the Optimus Prime. Personally, I'd say he's pretty cool, just I don't think he's as good as Optimus Prime, but let's check him out. Now, before we do that, let's take a quick look at the packaging. So starting off on the front is this nice artwork of the War for Cybertron Starscream. Fun fact, in the video game, Starscream started out as an Autobot. On the top is the Transformers War for Cybertron logo, and on the bottom is all boring. On one side is War for Cybertron Starscream again, and on the other side is a zoomed in look to Starscream. And then turn to the back, you get a little more info on what you get inside the packaging, and on the bottom there's not much going on. I believe that's pretty much it for the box. Now moving back to the figure. So starting off, painting and sculpting is pretty good. The details do a good job at showcasing what he looks like in the video game, especially with his chunky legs. I believe this is accurate. And his foot is this type of foot. Interesting. Also gotta appreciate that head sculpt. Now for kibble, well, there is the backpack and I guess some of this, but I think this isn't too much of a big deal. And at least for the backpack, it stays in fairly well. Another thing to point out is when this figure first got revealed, people were a little divided on his chest, as some felt that this part was a little bit too extra, although I believe this is accurate. Now again, quality on this figure is not too tight, not too loose. However, when I try to push this panel in, it does happen to find itself a little opened. Other than that, the quality is great, or at least for my copy. Moving on to accessories. So starting off with his gun, he does come with what appears to be a sniper rifle. I mean, it does have the long barrel and the scope, so what else could it be? Much like all the Gamer Edition War for Cybertron figures, you do have to swap out Starscream's arm and replace it with the sniper. And there you go, there's Starscream in his sniper position, or something like that. Sniping positions would look a little more like this. Since there's this nice 3mm tab right there, I believe the sniper weapon is blast effect compatible. Oh, I forgot to mention that this time around you could have Starscream hold the weapon with his own hand. I mean, yeah, it does look a little weird without some sort of stock, but at least he can hold it with his hand rather than his arm, for any of those who prefer the Cybertronians to hold weapons in their hands rather than have an arm cannon. For weapon storage, you just plug it onto the back right here. And then moving on to the other accessory, which is more on the melee side. It's supposed to be this sort of axe or mace or hammer, whatever you call it, but anyways, it's supposed to be plugged in. It's just the two pieces are packaged separately. Nonetheless, you just tab them onto the hand, and there you go, there's Starscream with his melee accessory. I believe Megatron had something similar to that too, so you could either have Starscream holding both accessories, or Megatron. Yeah, this looks better. And for weapon storage, the mace goes on the back of Starscream. And there you go, there's Starscream holding his accessories. Also, since the Gamer Edition War for Cybertron figures have replacement arms, watch out for Decepticon snipers! Who needs an official Studio Series Decepticon sniper when you have one at home? No, but seriously though, I would like an official Studio Series Decepticon sniper. And I think that's pretty much it for accessories. Now moving on to articulation. Starting off ball joint at the head, which allows the head to move up and down, and also allows the head to rotate. I don't know if this necessarily counts, but these things like to move around, which are packaged in a bag. Oh wow, they're hard to snap off. The wings can move back and forth, full rotation at the arm, bend at the shoulder, bicep swivel, double bend at the elbow, wrist swivel, waist swivel, legs can spread, leg can move forward, can move backwards, thigh rotation, bend at the knee, the foot is on a pivot joint, and lastly the front toe can wiggle forward and backwards. And that's pretty much it for articulation. With the articulation out of the way, we can move on to size comparison. Starting off with the Coronation Starscream, Bayverse Starscream, Hieroglyphics Bayverse Starscream, Bumblebee Movie Starscream, Blitzwing, Thrust, Thundercracker, the most recent edition Skywarp, Gamer Edition Megatron, Decepticon Decepticon Soldier, or Steve, Barricade, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, Reactivate Starscream, Soundwave, Bumblebee, which will be getting his Studio Series release, and lastly, here he is next to the Reactivate Optimus Prime. And here Gamer Edition Starscream is next to his other Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Decepticons. Of course, as previously mentioned with the Decepticon Soldier, we are missing a plethora of characters from the Decepticon team from War for Cybertron. If you wish to see me name a couple of them, be sure to check out my review for this guy. But next year, I believe we are going to get a Skywarp and Thundercracker repaint of this guy. Although, since these are the Seekers we're talking about, I'm sure there were more types of Seekers other than Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. Personally, I wouldn't have known because I have not played the video game just yet, but I really wish I could. I just don't have a PlayStation 3 to exclusively play those, as the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are the only consoles you could play those old Transformers video games on. And here's an overview of all of the Gamer Edition War for Cybertron figures we've gotten, all in just 1 year, and I'd say we're making good progress so far. For all the characters I've looked up on that have been in the video game, it's going to be a long journey for Hasbro to fill up all those gapages. For the Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron video game, that's not even including Fall of Cybertron or any of the other video games before. Oh well, time will tell, I guess. Anyways, out of all these figures over here that we have so far for the Gamer Edition, which one's your favorite? Oh, and I completely forgot about Gamer Edition Ratchet, which will be coming out later this year, and I have already pre-ordered him. Let me know in the comments if you've done the same. Can't wait for next year's batch. And with that being said, let's get straight to the transformation, which is interesting and a little hard. I kind of forgot how to transform this guy. Here, 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, transformed this guy back and forth twice, and now I'm ready to transform him to showcase to you guys. So starting off, the simple thing to do is just push these forward, and then switch to the back, untap this piece, and then move it all the way down. Same thing for this side. Move this entire section down, open this out, unfold this entire red piece, and then push it back. Fold both of these two pieces together, and then rotate the side sections forward. After that, leave it out like so. Moving on to the chest, you're going to want to untab this entire section, push this down for now. After that, open up this entire rubber-ish section, collapse it onto this other rubber section, which is the tip of the jet mode for Starscream. Pull this head outwards, which is on a nice tab, that's lovely. Straighten the neck, rotate the head, and then push this whole assembly down. After that, push the nose piece up, and now moving on to the arms, move it out, push this down, and then move the elbow upwards. Shift this whole section down, and then close it in. Make sure it's closed in all the way. Same goes for the other side. After that, make sure those two arms tab together, and then leave this back piece right there. As for now, we're going to work on the legs. Starting off, untab this panel, and then push it down to that tab right there. Push this piece down, move this flap out. After that, untab this entire section, which is hard to do for some reason. Anyways, shift it inwards, make sure that tabs in. Same thing for the other leg, and then after that, close this whole assembly down, to which make sure they tab onto that slot on both sides. And here you have Studio Series Gamer Edition Starscream in his jet mode. Now, I believe this is how the jet mode is supposed to look like somewhat. I don't know, it's been a while since I looked at the War for Cybertron Seekers jet mode, and I don't remember this kind of, especially this gap right here. I guess they made some compromises to the alt mode in order to make a good robot mode, but aside from the alt mode, the transformation was pretty interesting and slightly complex. I do like how many fins and wings there are, and I do like how the feet transform into the thrusters, which are blast effect compatible. Honestly, this looks sick. But anyways, turn to the bottom and it's nicely folded, and for weapon storage you could plug the mace on either side. Same thing with the sniper. There's also some other slots that are a little lower than the slots used to store the weapons. Yeah, I'm not sure what those are used for. But anyways, here's Voyager class Starscream fully equipped with weapons, which honestly this guy probably would have needed some weapons nonetheless. I don't think he needed his sniper rifle for his primary weapon. Not sure why this figure was slacking on some null rays, but hey, a jet and a sniper jet if you will, is pretty cool. Oh, and if you want, you could turn the sniper rifle backwards for rear defense, cause why not? And yeah, that's pretty much it for the weapon storage. For a brief comparison, here he is alongside the recently reviewed Decepticon Decepticon Soldier, here he is alongside Megatron, and here he is alongside all three of them. Overall, I feel the latest two have been a little better in terms of quality and transformation, especially Starscream. But, you know, I guess there's still a lot to like about Megatron, especially his design. The size, on the other hand, not so much. Also, I must say that Decepticon Soldier's car mode was really fun to look at, but Starscream's was really fun, especially with that transformation. However, with the design and the look of the alt mode does fall short, especially with that odd gap. But nonetheless, in the robot mode, he is quite a fun toy. And I'm looking forward to those repaints next year, that being Skywarp and Thundercracker. I don't think I've ever got a good look at what they look like in the Transformers War for Cybertron video game. Again, I have to play that game to find out myself, but I'm sure they're gonna look really nice in their own color schemes using the Starscream mold. But personally, I think they should come with different accessories. Please. But till then, out of the three alt modes we have over here, which one's your favorite? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I had to say for this guy. Overall, he's a pretty great Voyager class. If you're a huge Starscream fan, I recommend picking this figure up, as he's not so bad. He comes with a nice sniper rifle, and he comes with that really cool looking melee weapon. Still don't know what to call that thing. And there is a strong chance you will be able to find him at Targets, Walmarts, and even GameStops. Again, that's up to you to choose where you want to pick this figure up. And I think this is going to be the last review of a Gamer Edition figure up until the War for Cybertron Ratchet comes out later this year. And after that, that will be it until next year. Till then, can't wait for Ratchet, and later on, Ironhide and the Autobot Soldier. But what about you guys? Are you guys looking forward to those new figures? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And that pretty much sums it up. If you like what you saw in this video, be sure to slam that like button, share this with your friends as well, turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss another upload. Let me know how I did in this video, and most importantly, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See ya!